This video will be short and sweet, however, it'll also be very interesting. And that's because we're going to be talking about 4 new weapons that are coming to Where Winds Meet, the different skills each weapon has, visuals of those skills, as well as descriptions to help you get a better idea of what's coming and potentially what may be your new build down the road. The coolest thing about this too is that you can actually do this in game today and take a closer look yourself too, because I will be going pretty fast. But essentially what you want to do is go to the sect tab and go to sect overview and then start clicking each of these different sects and clicking ultimate. This is going to showcase 2 weapons, and many of these weapons are actually brand new weapons, starting with the Snowparting Blade. You can see that there's 2 skills, the General's Bane. You can see a visual of that right there. And then right underneath it is a short description of what it actually does. I highly recommend you guys take the time to actually take a look at each of these skills and the weapon itself and read the description, because depending on the path, you may want to move forward and actually invest time and effort into these new weapons. Now, I won't spend time in Silver Needle because we know those 2, but under Raging Tides, we have the Phalanxbane Blade, which sounds pretty cool, and then these visuals also are pretty darn cool. You can see it's a massive 2-handed weapon right here. These abilities look pretty interesting too. I'm assuming it'll be a little bit defensive based on the descriptions too, but it's definitely worth taking a closer look if you like these sorts of weapons in Where Winds Meet. Moving on, we already know what's in Midnight Blades. It's just the twin blades. We know about those. Let's move on. This one you cannot currently view. That's coming soon. 9 Mortal Ways. This one has a brand new rope dart that's coming, which does look pretty cool. So this one does not have like the rats like we are used to, but it really focuses on that soulbound state, which looks pretty interesting because that second skill, Burn and Bury, if you take a look at the visual, you essentially snap your fingers and then a small explosion happens on your enemy if it has that soulbound status. So definitely pretty interesting. And then of course the actual charge for this rope dart is just like the other one, but with some different effects. Now, I have never been a huge fan of umbrellas in this game, but this new Everspring Umbrella looks amazing. So it seems like it really focuses on overall mobility. You can see you're basically riding it there. In this next skill, you actually throw the umbrella physically at your opponent, which looks really cool. You throw it, it comes back, and it dishes off some damage. Looks like it can actually get some good distance there as well. And then there's also the Scarlet Spin, where you kind of like throw it rapidly like there. So it does seem like it could be a pretty useful weapon long term. And then last but not least, we've got Lone Cloud, which is just strategic sword. But you guys get the idea. You can actually jump in the game now and take a closer look at all of these different weapons and the different skills associated with them to get a closer look at what they actually do. The recent update also sprinkled a few more details about all of these weapons right in front of us through the Develop tab. To be more specific, you want to go over to Details and then scroll down a bit where you can see a martial arts specific one. Let's see. Where is it? There we go. Specified Weapon Martial Art Boost. If you scroll down, you can see the different weapons, right? Sword damage, spear damage, fan, umbrella, horizontal blade. So that's a new one. And I think that's associated with that snow one that I showed previously. But it is interesting the fact that it's now directly in front of us. Even if you go over to the inner ways and look at your adaptive steel inner way, if you scroll down, you can see it also calls out the hang blade right there. So again, overall, like translations and whatnot will probably happen when the weapons are officially launched. But I thought it was pretty interesting, and I'm curious if you guys can find even more of them that's currently in game, because I'm sure they're out there. And that covers it. If you guys have found some more details around these new weapons, let me know where and what exactly it tells you in the comments below, because I'd love to jump in and take a closer look too. If you enjoy this type of content, consider giving it a like and then also subscribing for some more Where Winds Meet content coming soon. Thanks again, and I'll catch you guys later.